guys, how are you? So a lot of you have been asking me about questions regarding beauty, skincare, and all that sort of stuff. And to be completely honest, I've been asking you guys as well. Many of you have reached out to me asking about like hair treatments, what I've been using when I'm traveling. I know I've been reaching out to some of my favorite vloggers and bloggers to ask them what face masks have been working for them, what hasn't. And I will be completely honest with you, my winter skin has been so tired of this. I've been breaking out kind of close to my mouth because my skin is just so dry. But luckily I have just kind of accumulated a few tips and ideas from a few friends and a few followers that I've been working on, and it's been great. One thing that in the winter that I have been using so much is my very trusty, my very special, the Nuxe dry oil. Many of you have probably seen this on stories and obviously seen other bloggers using it. This stuff is as amazing as we all say it is. I like to call it liquid gold because it can be used just about anything. So if you don't know, the Nuxe is a French brand and they have this dry oil, and it's a multi-purpose oil that can be used not only for your face and body but also for your hair. And there's so many different ways to use it. I love to follow Nuxe on Instagram because in their stories they love to share different ways on how they use the dry oil. Appropriate ways of using the dry oil. So essentially the Nuxe dry oil is a product that sits on my vanity all throughout the year. It is something that I've been using for not only the colder seasons because it's ultra hydrating, but also for the summer seasons for protection and whatnot as well. And from tropical climates when it really ruins your hair, I've been using it for that. So it's a product that kind of goes through all seasons, but on top of that, it is a product that can be used for anyone. I have a friend who has a beard and coconut oil was becoming a little bit too dense for him because his skin was breaking out, and he started using the Nuxe dry oil, and it's incredible, and he loves the impact that it has on softening his beard, but as well as really maintaining the skin, his skin and the texture of his skin as well. My dad, who actually shaves his head, he's a bald man, definitely uses the Nuxe dry oil on his scalp because it's filled with botanicals and nutrients, and it is a part of his body that's really sensitive. My mom has patchy skin, so she has a combination skin. So some parts of her skin is ultra dry, extra dry, and the other parts of her skin are extra oily. So she loves the fact that it is a dry oil that basically seeps into your skin but doesn't just kind of gloss completely over. It is something where wherever you add it on your body or on your skin or wherever, it really seeps it in that area. And it's not something that's just super oily. And then finally, my brother, who has extra oily skin, has found use for it as well. He tends to use it just on his lips and then also on his elbows and knees, but I'll get more to that later. So again, I wanted to share 5 uses that I had for the Nuxe dry oil. The first use that I have is that I actually use it as a pre-wash conditioning treatment. Now, a lot of you already know that I have like this huge oil conditioning treatment for my hair that I've been doing for years and years. And I've shared this on Insta stories as well as on Instagram and whatnot as well. Those oils are something that I can't necessarily travel with. So something that I find extremely helpful is traveling with the Nuxe dry oil. If I'm going on a longer trip that's 2 to 3 weeks, I do definitely take the bigger bottle. If not, then I take the smaller bottle with me. The smaller bottle still goes a long way. But I have been using the Nuxe dry oil as a hair pre-wash conditioning treatment when I'm traveling. I essentially massage it into the tips of my hair, and then I massage it into my scalp, and then finally run it through my hair. I have very coarse and very thick hair, so the Nuxe dry oil, I do use a little bit more of it, and obviously it's something that is a good replacement for my regular conditioning treatment, so when I'm traveling it's perfect. But if you're someone who wants to incorporate a conditioning treatment like I do, the Nuxe dry oil is a great product to use even on a weekly basis for your conditioning treatment. I know a lot of my readers have reached out to me telling me that they have very fine hair or delicate hair or hair that breaks as easily, or very thin hair. and not that much of it. So I would say the Nuxe Dry Oil is not that oily or sticky where it takes forever to wash out. It is something that you can put into your hair, and again, it just takes in all the botanicals and nutrients and properly nourishes it. So yes, as a travel pre-wash conditioning treatment. The second method of using it is as moisturizing my face, obviously, because it's a face oil of sort, but I also use it to massage my elbows and my knees. Now, I don't suffer from that much of dry skin. In the winter, I do get a little bit, but especially when I'm working out, I tend to be quite harsh on my knees and my elbows. So if you're someone who doesn't necessarily battle dry skin and doesn't want to use the goopy, like cream products, then I would definitely use the Nuxe Dry Oil. It is something that I always end up taking when I go to the gym. The third way that I use it is one of my favorite ways of using it, and I always, my friends are going to laugh at me because I always tell them that I'm a big fan of this stuff purely for this reason alone. So obviously I love to wear matte lipsticks, as you all know, but with matte lipsticks it just makes your lips very dry and sometimes even flaky. So I like to take a little bit of sugar and I squirt a bit of the Nuxe Dry Oil in it. It depends on how much moisture and hydration you want for your lips. My lips tend to get really, really dry, especially in the winter months. So I put in 2 to 3 squirts into a little bit of sugar, and then I massage it into my lips. So it ultimately acts like a lip exfoliator as well as like a lip primer in a way, because the best part is that it acts as an exfoliator, removing the dead skin particles on your lips, and then as you glide the lipstick on, it just properly sits there and it properly glides. It's kind of a 2-in-1 process, so it's just you kill 2 birds with 1 stone, remove the dead skins and you hydrate, and so it's just perfect. I tend to do this essentially every 3 to 4 days, depending on how busy my weeks are. If my weeks are really busy where I'm wearing a lot of makeup, especially lipsticks and darker hues in particular, then I need to do this on a regular basis. But if not, if you're someone who doesn't wear makeup that often, it's definitely something, a lip scrub is definitely something you want to incorporate into your beauty routine at least once a week. The fourth way I use it, and again, it's another lip component. So I have purple pigmentation, and sometimes I want to wear a little bit of a pinky gloss for my outfit or something like that. I tend to use rose water because it brings out the natural redness, but because rose water, since it's an antibacterial, it could be a little bit more drying. So I spray a little bit of the Nuxe Dry Oil, maybe just 1 pump or sometimes even 2, depending on how cold and windy it is outside, and I apply it to my lips. And it's a great way of just bringing the natural redness and pinky hues out of your lips, and then I just apply a natural kind of a nude color or a pinky gloss or something like that. And as I mentioned, because rose water is essentially a water and it could be quite drying, the Nuxe Dry Oil just helps with the hydration process. It in itself doesn't bring out the natural colors, but it definitely helps with that hydration. So yeah. And then the final way that I use the Nuxe Dry Oil is, and this is going to be obvious, is that I use it for my cuticles. So I never wear gloves. I am so bad. I'm the type of person where I just stick my hands in my coat and that's about it. I am also the type of person where if I have gloves, I will never wear them, even if they're available to me, just because I find them a bit of a nuisance, and I always end up losing one anyways. But so therefore my nail beds and my cuticles and my fingertips are usually quite dry, and on top of that I tend to do manicures multiple times a week because, again, we may be shooting an outfit or I may have to have an event or something like that. So I use the Nuxe Dry Oil as a cuticle oil around my nail beds, and it's incredible how much of a difference it makes. Those are my 5 uses for the Nuxe Dry Oil. The formula is absolutely gorgeous. As I said, it smells like botanicals. You can tell it's just full of a bunch of nutrients. But what's really nice is that the Nuxe Dry Oil actually comes in 2 other formulas too. And I didn't talk about these, but I will just a little bit. And you can look up more information about these 2 other formulas. I'll leave links below in the description. But the second one is the Nuxe, the Rich formula, which is essentially just ultra nourishing. As I mentioned, my dad actually uses the Nuxe Dry Oil on his scalp, and I will mention that he actually uses this version, which is the Rich or the Rich version, just because he has quite dry skin, and on top of that, the scalp is a very sensitive area. So the Rich formula is really good. So if you're someone who battles like ultra dry skin, especially for your cuticles and whatnot, this stuff would be amazing. And then the third formula, which is one of my favorites, and I absolutely fell in love with it last autumn, is the Shimmer formula. So the Nuxe, it essentially is the regular formula of the Nuxe Dry Oil, but then they add a little bit of shimmer to it. It's something that can be used on all skin tones. It's ultra nourishing, but it also gives you that little bit of a glow. I love it when I'm going on a tropical trip of any sort, or like a beach trip. The shimmer is so subtle, but you can tell that it's just there. It's like a little kiss from like gold, I don't know, gold speckles or whatnot. It is just so beautiful. It is something that I think needs to be in every beach tote bag, but that's just my humble opinion. And to make this YouTube video and this, I guess this inaugural beauty video, extra special, I will be giving away, thanks to Nuxe, these dry oils. So one person, who will be the grand winner, will win all 3 of these, which is the Rich formula, the Shimmer formula, and the regular formula. And then I will have 6 winners that will win at least one of these. So to enter the giveaway, and by the way, the giveaway is open internationally, worldwide. You can come from anywhere and I will send it to you. And to enter the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram. And then the final thing is to leave a comment under this Instagram post with the hashtag CEVLOGS. Again, I'm very excited to be giving these away because this is a product that is fail-safe. It never ever fails me, and has been something that not only do I absolutely adore, but all my friends and family adore as well. So I think it's something that you will really enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment below, subscribe to my channel, leave me a thumbs up. That would be great. I would love to hear from you guys. And if you're already a big fan of the Nuxe Dry Oil, do let me know, either in the comments, sending me a message or an email or anything like that. I would love to know what you think of the product. And as I mentioned, the product is absolutely delicious, buttery, and everything else. It's super luxurious, and it's something that everyone needs to have. Thank you.